Shankar, is there a way you can predict when the top of the current bull run is in? You have no idea how often I get that question. And of course, I understand that the money you invested into Bitcoin, you want to maximize it. You want to really only pull out at the last moment. Am I right? If that is so, I'm going to show you an indicator that I look at, which I believe not too many people look at, that helps me guesstimate whether the top is in or not. I don't have a crystal ball. Indicators are just helping you to calculate probabilities. So use it, but do your own research. Have a close eye on the markets. It's always important what happens in politics, what happens in the macroeconomic landscape as well. Okay, here we go. What we are looking at here is Bitcoin over the course of the last 10 years, really. And what you can see is that there was definitely a top of the bull run here in 2017-18, and then here. And now the question is, do we have a higher moment in this current bull run where we could potentially cash out our gains, hopefully somewhere around here, around $115,000. What do I look at to guesstimate whether the top is in? So what I have up here is essentially the Bitcoin chart, and then at the bottom here I have the relative strength indicator, the RSI. And what I have highlighted here is a drop in the RSI values, a pretty steep drop from the area where you have the RSI area green, meaning above 70% easily. And you see you have this drop here from a 94% RSI down to a 70-ish percent RSI. And by the way, this is on the monthly time frame. Very important, on the monthly time frame. Next, we look at these two peaks here, 2000 in the 2021-22 bull run. We have a drop from a 92% RSI steep drop down to the next peak to a 70% RSI. So similarly, what I am looking for here is going to be a similar situation. And as you can see, we don't have those high RSI on the monthly chart just yet. We are still at 70%, and we have never really gone in this area where this indicator would print this green shade, which lets me believe that if we are on track and if everything goes right, we still have a higher high to achieve. And then we have to observe that drop to the 70% RSI, anywhere from, let's call it a drop from 90 to 70%. Okay, that would be my indicator to say, okay, I think it feels like it is time to take out my Bitcoin profits, and we have effectively reached the top of this market cycle. The other chart that I like to look at when answering this question is this Bitcoin market cycle return on investment chart, which always starts at the bottom of the previous cycle. So we have 4 cycles represented here. And this here is always day 1 of the bull run, if you will. And as you can see, on average, these bull runs, with the exception of the first one, last, give or take, 1100 days. And the current bull run is the green line here. As you can see, we are somewhere in between 900 and 1000 days now. That lets us know that there is about another 150 days to go. So give or take 3 months, a little bit more than 3 months. And we can also see that the price evolution still follows what the previous two cycles have done, right? Even if we only get a slight increase, it's still worth being in that asset until we have reached the top. Still worth it. The other question I get very often is, as a beginner, as a novice, should I buy into Bitcoin right now? And the answer is probably for most of you, no. For most of you, you want to wait until that top of the current bull run is clearly in. Let's just say, for example's sake, it will be around 130,000. So what you want to wait until that top is in, and then on the way down, you want to dollar cost average into this asset, meaning every week or every day, depending on how your financial situation allows it, you will buy a little bit of Bitcoin until we hit the low again. And I went a little bit too far. Very likely the low will be somewhere in between 50,000 and 60,000. That is where the next bull run will start and the bear phase of the market will end. Very likely. So if you want to know more as a beginner about this strategy, I actually have a good video for you. All you need to do is go and sign up for my newsletter. And then when you get the first automatic welcome message, just reply with the keyword beginner, and I'll send you a special video that only addresses coin and dollar cost averaging for beginners. So hopefully this was helpful. If it was, like this video, share it with someone who has the same question, and also, of course, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.